All right, well, I'll get us started then. So welcome everyone to the July 20th, 2020 meeting of the Lafayette Parking Commission. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. I trust everyone had a moment to read the May 7th Special Parking Commission meeting minutes, and I will ask for approval to approve those, for a motion to approve those, sorry.
Motion to approve the minutes as communicated.
Ken McCammon, second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye, and your name?
Oh, sorry.
Ken McCammon, aye.
Okay,
Cindy, aye.
thank you. All right, on to new business. We have a petition to maintain one handicapped parking space near 914 North 6th Street.
Correct. And I'll take care of that because because of the whole COVID thing, we indicated to all of these petitioners that they did not have to attend today's meeting, that we would take care of this for them if they were welcome to join if they wanted to. This is from Ailes Maxwell, goes by Luther, who is requesting a handicap parking space next to, across the street actually from his residence at 914 North 6th Street. You can see it on the map that's in front of you, and the location, approximate location. Of course, that'll get spaced out according to 22-foot standard spacing from the driveway here, and street will take care of that. That's approximately where it would be located. And he did submit his state-issued handicap parking placard for our review also.
Thanks, John. It looks pretty straightforward. Does anyone have any questions or concerns?
Nope.
No, I do not.
Okay. All right, then I'll ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Ken.
Thank you. Second from Cindy. All in favor, aye, and name?
Aye.
Ken,
Cindy.
aye.
Andrew, aye. Okay, thank you.
We should go in alphabetical order, Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're first.
All right. So number 2, petition to install one new handicapped parking space near 1438 Alabama. Petitioner Karen Ellerman. Same thing here, John.
Yep, everything basically the same, and you can see the
Placard.
there, and then there's the proposed space.
Okay, and that was pretty straightforward, right in front of the house, it looks like.
Yep, and we try to align them as close as possible to the sidewalk, and you can see that there's a fence around this property, and the only opening is facing Alabama, so that's why we put the space there.
Okay. All right.
I did face a concern, which I called John about last week. If you notice, there is a handicap parking spots, about 2 spots, west of that right now. And I asked John if we can move it around to the side of the house there on, what is that, 14th there maybe? Or 13th?
I think it's 15th, I think.
15th, yeah, okay, sorry, I was going the wrong way. But he said that due to their limitations that the fencing there would be easier for them to get in and get out of their vehicle there. So I was okay with that at that point.
Okay.
That
That's
makes
good.
sense.
Yeah. Okay. Any other concerns or questions? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Thank you, Ken and Cindy. All in favor? Aye. Andrew?
Aye, Cindy.
I Ken.
All right. Perfect. We're in alphabetical order now.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. All right. Moving on to number 3, petition to install one new handicap parking space near 929 North 8th Street.
So this came from Joshua Levesque, who has requested this also adjacent to his property. There's the handicap placard and the proposed location of the parking space near 8th and Tippecanoe Streets.
Okay.
Again, the actual space will be appropriately from the corner to give one more parking space in front of it.
Okay.
All right. Looks pretty straightforward. Any other questions or concerns on this one? Okay. All right. Motion to approve.
So
So moved.
moved.
Second,
Second.
Thank you.
take your pick, Michelle.
All in favor? Aye, Andrew.
Hi, Cindy.
I can.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. On to number 4, request for a monthly on-street parking restriction on both sides of Brown and North Streets between 3rd Street and Erie Street. And this is for Lafayette Renew for permeable paver cleaning, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'll start here and just say that Scott Allersmeyer from Lafayette Renew is on the call with us today, and so he can kind of walk us through the request. You all, I think in the email I sent out, understand that, I think Lafayette Renew's intention is not to, cause problems for people. They want to try to work with the neighborhood. We did not receive we received one email, and I'll read that at the appropriate time. But otherwise, we didn't get any other email feedback. The other thing I forgot to do at the beginning of this meeting, and I apologize, was introduce Sergeant Scott Anderson, who's joining us now as the new representative from the traffic. So I apologize, because Scott, you may have some input on this, so I thought I'd let you say a few things if you'd like right now before we jump into this one.
I don't really have anything to comment on this particular right now, but just I'm Scott Anderson. I'm taking over for Will Carpenter here in the traffic division. I think I've already spoken with Ken and a couple other people on other issues. So happy to be here and excited for the new spot. So if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to hit me up at all of Will Carpenter's old contacts.
Great.
That's good to have you, Scott. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Okay, so Scott Allersmeyer, would you like to kind of explain the purpose of this, and then I can help fill in some of the details if I need to.
Sure, this is pretty simple. We put new pavers in. They're in the parking lanes on Brown Street on both sides of the street. North Street is totally pervious pavers. What we end up with sediment washing in off side streets and on from other, private lots, other places, and then it clogs up. The water doesn't drain. Grass starts growing in it. If you went down Brown Street earlier this spring, this summer, you would see grass growing everywhere. If it's growing grass, it's not taking in water. What they say is if we just simply clean them on a regular basis, it should take care of that. And then if we need to, we have bad spots, we take a jet truck out and we really hit them hard and suck all that out. And on North Street, we have to put stone back in. On Brown Street, they're just openings. So we're hoping if we do once a month with a sweeper, run it, we'll probably send 2 sweepers down for 3 hours from 9 until noon is all we're looking at. So the rest of the time, everybody can park wherever they want. We just want to be able to get in there and keep it clean and make the neighborhood look nice.
Yeah, I actually saw a crew out, I believe it was last week.
Yes.
Doing a small section of North Street, I believe.
Yes, when it gets too bad, we've got to send out a jet truck, and it has a special piece of equipment on the front where it's like a lawnmower almost, with water pressure shooting down and sucking out all the dirt, and it's quite intensive. It takes quite a bit of time and effort, but hopefully the sweepers once a month will be able to remedy most of the problems we're having.
Yeah, they were tackling a pretty tough section.
Yeah.
Looked like a lawn almost.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pretty straightforward on this one as well. If they don't get clean, they get nasty-ish and defeats the purpose of the runoff cleaning into the river. Correct.
Correct.
All right. So, does anyone have any concerns or questions on what this would do with the restrictions?
I'm president of Centennial Neighborhood Association, and our last meeting, the question came up of what was going on, and I told them that we had tabled it at the previous meeting, and then we had the May meeting that really didn't happen, and but that the plan was to move forward, that the neighbors had been all notified about it, and there hadn't been a lot of negative feedback, so to expect that it would happen. And so I can pass that on once we get this approved.
And John, did you say there was an email?
Yes, I did receive one email from William W. Crowder at 629 North Street. He said, as a resident of North Street and a taxpayer, I am asking that you do not block off this street for any reason whatsoever. That was his feedback.
Okay.
And that's the email I've received. And I will tell you, we did send letters to all the property owners that face Brown or North Streets. We asked them if they are property owners to please share this with their residents. I'm not sure how many did that. We also posted this on Nextdoor in both the Centennial neighborhood, which is the neighborhood west of 9th Street, and also the Old Jefferson neighborhood east of 9th Street. We also posted it on the city's Facebook page. And I actually sent it to one property owner who I know owns several properties there, and asked if that person would share it with tenants. And so I have not anything other than this one email.
The one's a pretty big anomaly then, sounds like, for the.
Yeah, and Bill's about 96 years old. He lives at the corner of 8th and North across from Taft. He has a big old pickup truck. He likes to park out on the street, and it may be a burden for him to move it, but as long as we don't get nasty about it, if we can't get it done one week, well, maybe the next. I think he'd be fine with it.
Yeah, and one truck in the whole scheme is.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
Our goal is not to upset anybody.
right.
So I'll knock on a door if I need to. We're not going to be calling police and trying to tow cars. That's not what we want to do.
Exactly. As long as that's the approach, I think it's fine. People will get used to it. And you're going to have somebody that forgets, or they go out of town and they're not there to move their car. It's going to happen. As long as we're flexible about it, we're doing good for the community. I think everybody will get along with it.
Yeah. Good for the community, good for the river. So good thing.
We also said in the letter that the commission was open to hearing feedback and making any adjustments if necessary. We also said we would try it, see what happens, and that the Renew would reevaluate that to determine if it was working or if we need to modify it in some fashion. So again, there's flexibility. I'm not sure, Jackie, if we try this blocking all the way from 3rd to Erie, no parking the whole stretch on one street and then the other on 2 different days, one the 2nd Tuesday, one the 4th Tuesday. And, we find out that it's not working for whatever reason. If we want to make adjustments, or Renew wants to make adjustments, I'm assuming we're going to be okay making adjustments and not having to bring it back to the commission. I mean, no matter what, we want to take a 3-hour time sometime during the month to where there's no parking on one side or the other or both. I'm assuming if we get permission to close it all down, to anything that would reduce the number would actually be less problematic than this.
Yeah, certainly if we're going to end up realizing that we don't need it from 9 a.m. to noon and we're going to reduce it, then I think we can do that without coming back to the commission. I do think if we realize we need to change frequency or days or time to expand it, that should probably come back.
Even if they decide that they'd rather just do one side of the street one day and one side of the street the other, maybe one side of both streets on one day, or even that. See, to me, this is the worst case scenario. And so anything we do that adjusts it from this would be better than that. Do you know what I mean?
I think if it's anything that's going to become less restrictive than what we approve, I think we can do that without coming back. If we're going to want to do anything that's more restrictive than what we're approving today, then we would want to come back.
Okay. All right, thanks for clarifying. Any other questions or concerns from the group? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the request?
So moved.
Oh, second.
All right. Thank you, Ken and Cindy. And all in favor? Aye. So aye, Andrew.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Ken.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. Looks like we're on to our last new business. Number 5, request to reformat parking operations service permit forms for consistency. And is this from you, John?
Yeah, this is actually from, John Withers submitted it, but John is out of town this week, so Billy Emerson is on the call to walk us through. And Billy, I think you know we have all the new revised forms on. My understanding is it was just a formatting issue, not changed. We didn't change the content really of the forms, but I'll let you clarify that, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, John. All we pretty much did was make sure they're all uniformed in their basic structure, including our new header up at the top, all the wording for all the service permits, the parking contracts, all that has been kept the same.
Thank you for scrolling through. Does anyone have any questions for Billy?
Hey, Billy, refresh my memory. We don't charge for the Ferry Street permits, do we?
Yes, I believe they're $25 for a year and
Okay.
$5 for a replacement or if they're getting a new vehicle.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I missed that. Okay, sorry.
Any concerns? Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the request to reformat?
So moved.
Second, Ken.
Thank you, Ken and Cindy. All in favor? Aye. Aye, Andrew.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Ken.
Thank you. Motion carries. Parking operations report. We have one.
Okay. Yes, I do.
Okay.
From January to June, obviously COVID had an impact on our revenue. During the governor's stay-at-home order, we did not write any exceeding time citations because of that order. So between that and less people using the garage on an hourly basis, paying with their credit card, we lost about $30,000 in revenue, accrued revenue, compared to this time last year. But all in all, that's pretty good. And our current garage capacity for monthly contract holders is about 90%, a little bit over, which I think is a good spot for us if we're looking ahead into the future, absorbing more City Hall employees with the new construction going over there in their parking lot.
Okay. Thank you,
And
Billy.
that's pretty much, yep, all the new information I got.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept the parking operations report?
So moved. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Ken and Cindy. All in favor, say aye. Aye, Andrew.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Ken.
Thank you. Director's report.
So the only director's report I have is that we are going to have a special August meeting. And after this meeting is over, maybe before everybody signs off, if we could look and I could at least see what the 3 of your schedules is like, that would be helpful. But we won't do that right now. But maybe after the meeting is adjourned, we can stay on the line for a few minutes to talk about that, if you have your calendars with you. But the purpose of that will be to discuss the 4th Street restriping plan that we brought to you as part of the special meeting in May for just a discussion item and to get your feedback. But we'll be bringing that back for an actual vote in August. We separated it out because we were worried about having 2 big potential requests on one meeting agenda. So we'd like to give that one, kind of, a whole meeting's worth of attention if we can. So that's, I think, my only report.
Okay, thanks, John. Do we have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Okay.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Aye, Andrew.
Hi, Cindy.
I can.
Thank you. All right, and then down here in our public comment, obviously we have a notation that the public could reach out on the website. And John, you didn't mention any, so assuming we don't have any.
Well, we just had that one.
It's the one for the. Okay. All right. Well, then it looks like we can call this meeting adjourned, and then I think the 4 of us are staying on.
Yeah, if you could, Will, or
Yep.
Scott, Scott Anderson, if you don't mind staying on so we can check calendars, that would be great.